Hey, what's going on, everybody? Ryan Knup here, Knup Sports Show, episode 198. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you're having a great spring, enjoying some NBA playoffs. Baseball's kicked off. Things are going in the world of sports. And we are coming into conference season here in the U.S. especially. Lots of great events coming up. If you're in the industry and you're looking to connect, I can't wait to see you at some of those and connect. And we'll talk a little bit about those here in the future, because my special guest today is none other than Aidan Brain with SBC. So I'm going to bring on Aidan and say hello to him. Aidan, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Ryan. I'm doing great today. How are you?
I am doing amazing here in sunny Orlando, Florida, except we're heading into the rainy season here. So I'm about ready to have to stay at my desk because it's going to get rainy, but I can't complain. I'm in Orlando. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm doing well. We're hopefully heading into summer here in New York at some point soon. So yeah, looking forward to that. But as you mentioned just before, I'm heading into conference season, so it's all hands on deck at SBC right now.
Absolutely. Of course. But before we dive into conference season and talk a little more specifics about SBC, Aidan, I want to know a little bit more about you and your path and kind of where you came from. What's your journey been like to lead up to where you are today?
Yeah, so probably not the expected journey. I'm kind of new to the sports betting world. I've been in the conference world for a long time now. So originally in the UK, where of course I'm from, and then I've been over here in New York for 6-7 years now. And so still working in conferences. I've worked on conferences in a ton of different industries, from aviation, which was fun, to accounting, which was not so fun, and just a ton of different verticals. And then I joined SBC in October, and never really looked back. I mean, as industries go, this probably has to be the most exciting one to be in right now, to be organizing conferences in. For all the obvious reasons, especially being here in the US and running conferences on this is just such an exciting time. So yeah, originally from the north of England, lived in London for a few years, been in New York for 6 or 7, and been with SBC for probably 7 months now.
Yeah, amazing. That's awesome. Well, that's a great journey, and being in the event space, I'm sure you've had your level of stresses that you've had to deal with over the years.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can't even imagine. Like I'm a part of like some small networking events, and I get stressed out like helping
Right.
them. It's like it's a it's a major activity to put on one of these big events like SBC's doing. So how do you keep your sanity?
I'm not sure if I do, but if you can ask me for tips on how to keep sanity, I mean, it's just, especially, with conferences, you worry so much about them. You have such a long lead time for a lot of them. And apologies if my dog kind of sticks her head out.
No, it's all good. This is raw.
Looking at me. You have build-up sometimes of a year to a conference, and especially big events like SBC North America, that's a year-long cycle, really. And it starts as soon as you're done, so you can really build up a lot of anxiety around the show in a year building up to it. But then it's always crazy. You do the show, it goes by so fast. It's 3 days this year, the SBC event. You blink and the show is over in 3 days, and you realize, wait, what was I so worried about? So it's just kind of year on year taking that, and reminding yourself when you do get stressed. But obviously we have less than 4 weeks to the event this year, in New York, New Jersey. And so I think we're all going to be a little bit stressed, but I'm also pretty confident that we have everything ready and set up, so there's not too much to worry about.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like you said, a few weeks away. I'm going to pull it up on the screen here as well, and let's really dive into this event. It kind of has a special place in my heart because honestly, back, I don't know, what was it, 3-4 years ago, kind of when the US started emerging with iGaming and things of that nature. I believe SBC was kind of the first company to really create something and some sort of an industry event around this crazy thing like sports betting in the US, right? And so I remember being a big part of that and kind of just embracing it. And it was, I would say fairly small relative to what it is today.
Oh, sure, yeah.
but like just thinking back to that and seeing where SBC has come, this event, I think it was called something different at the time. I don't even betting on Sports America or something
Right.
like.
Yeah.
But just thinking back and seeing where you guys have come, this event is one of a kind. It's super exciting and fun, and it's just grown so much. So I'm really excited for it. May 9th to 11th. Man, what can we expect from this year's North American event?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we were one of the first companies to really jump on this as soon as, straight after PASPA. Here we saw like the gap in the market. And, in the event industry, you really have to do that, especially when something so monumental, such as the PASPA overturn happens. You're going to get tons and tons of companies rushing in to do an event, and you just have to be one of the first ones. And just make sure that you have anybody going to the event. And I think, that's one of the awesome things about SBC North America is in this hemisphere, this is the one where everybody's going to be there. Everybody's showing up.
Sure.
And as a result, year on year, it's just really kind of grown exponentially. And I think we're probably looking at about 3,000, 3,500 attendees this year, if not more. And year on year, we see the registrations happening earlier and earlier because it's become a mainstay in people's calendars. So people are kind of registering months ahead. Like, I'm not going to miss SBC this year. We don't really even need to market to a lot of people. It's in their calendar year on year. And for this year, I can just say it's going to be more of the same, but just more of the same. Like more great content, more great speakers. I mean, we have some really awesome keynotes coming up this year. So one of them is Matt King, obviously former FanDuel, now at Fanatics. He's going to be doing the opening plenary, and really excited about that and just to hear about what they're doing. There's so many companies doing really cool things in the space these days, and I like to think we have pretty much all of them there. And just a ton of, the topics don't necessarily change in their core year on year. This is still a relatively new industry in this country. But you'll just see that all the operators out there, all the affiliates, all the suppliers, they're all just getting so much more they've picked up experience, and they're just getting so much more sophisticated in what they're doing. And you'll just hear about so much more sophisticated initiatives and developments in the industry on stage. That's the content side of things. That's what I know, because I work on the conference alongside Jack Richards. But in terms of the event itself, I mean, as usual, it's just going to be an amazing party outside of the content. I think everybody comes to expect that from an SBC event. This year, the Wednesday night. So I'm gonna get in trouble here from my boss because I forget which night is which.
That's okay. I'm pulling it up. I got you right here.
Yeah, right. No, I got it right. So the Tuesday night, we're gonna be at the Moxie again in Midtown Manhattan, which is always a great time. It's like 5 blocks from my house, so I'm really happy about that. So
nice.
Yeah, I'll probably just do an Irish exit at some point, maybe 1 a.m. Everybody else will be there till like 3. The Wednesday night, we're having big networking party at this place called Slate, which, as far as I understand, has a huge adult-sized slide on the rooftop. So that should be fun.
Cool.
I hope we have some good insurance for it, but that's going to be fun. And we have our pre-conference day this year in Manhattan as well. Our player protection symposium. So that's going to be at the Altman building in Chelsea in Manhattan. And so it's really going to be, we're kind of taking over both sides of the Hudson this year. We've got a ton of great content, a ton of great parties, and just amazing speakers and an amazing crowd that's going to be there. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, it sounds like another great event, and it's always an interesting balance as an attendee and as somebody that loves to go. It's always that interesting balance of education, networking, and fun, because you want to do it all, but if you have too much fun, you're not gonna do too much networking the next day. I've learned that the hard way a few times. So you kind of got to balance it all together and be able to have this amazing event, because there's just, like you said, there's so many opportunities for learning through the education side. And there's so many amazing people in the industry that are at this. Like you said, everybody in iGaming wants to be here. And so, you want to have meetings and talk. And it's almost like I need this to be 7 days, Aidan. Come on, can we make this like a 7-day event so I can do everything?
Hey, don't put that out there, please, Ryan, because then we're going to be working on a 7-day event next.
Yeah,
If
but
my
no, it's
nephew
going
is
to be great.
listening, he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. But yeah, I totally know what you mean. And this is something that I was fairly new to at SBC. Like I said, I've been doing conferences for a decade plus, and I think my second week at SBC, we were at the SBC Latino America event down in Fort Lauderdale. And the conference started at 10:30 every day. I was like, why did it start at 10:30? Like the conferences I used to work on used to start at 8 a.m. People are in there for the keynote at 8 a.m. And then I saw the networking parties, and I was like, okay, this is why we started at 10:30.
You're like, oh, okay, I get it.
So yeah, but no, I mean, it's like you said, it's a great mix of, it sounds like such a cliche, but it's working players. It's a great mix of both sides of things.
Yeah, well, I have to put a little bit of a plug in here. If anybody hasn't gotten their ticket yet, most people probably have, but if you have not gotten your ticket, we do have a promo code KNUP23, KNUP23, that SBC has been gracious enough to hook us up with as a media partner. So please, if you use that code, you'll get a little discount. Love to see you at the event. I think it's going to be amazing. Man, we're only like 3+ weeks away. That is insane.
Yeah. Every time I think that, get a little bit nervous, but no, I think everything is in hand, everything is on track. So
amazing.
So yeah, I'm excited. Yeah,
that's going to be awesome. And then, I mean, it doesn't stop; it doesn't slow down, right?
Nope.
I mean, the event schedule, as I pulled up here, just continues to go.
Uh-huh.
Talk a little bit about what you got coming after this event in North America. What's the rest of the summer into the fall look like?
Yeah. So like you said, it does not stop. A couple of weeks after the New York, New Jersey event, SBC North America, we have Casino Beats in Malta. Sadly, I do not get to go because I have to prepare for another event a couple of weeks after that. But our Europe team has been working really hard on that, and I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And I'm sure they'll get me an invite next year if they're listening. Then mid-June, the Canadian Gaming Summit, and I've been working on that one pretty closely. This will be the first year that SBC has run the Canadian Gaming Summit. We acquired that. It's been running for, I think, 25 years, and the Canadian Gaming Association, with whom we work really closely, have done an awesome job of that. We picked it up this year. Really excited for that. I think this year it's going to be, the content is looking quite different. If I do say so myself, because I put it together.
Oh, nice.
But we have one thing I'm excited about for that show this year is we're bringing in folks from all across Canada. It's Ontario is obviously so important right now, and is kind of on the tip of everybody's tongue just because of the iGaming, of the regulation of the market last year. So that's still a big topic. But we also this year, we have the lotteries from British Columbia and Alberta and Saskatchewan coming on board. So it's going to be a very pan-Canadian event. And I'm really excited for that one as well. So
I'm looking forward to that one as well. I've never been to Canada, and this will be my first time attending. First time going to this one, but then first time in Canada in general. So I'm excited for that one.
But you've never been to Canada. It's right there. You're from the US. It's right there.
I don't know what my problem is. So this is my good excuse to go.
Yeah, I've actually, I'm from the UK, and I've never been to Ireland, and that's right there as well. Yeah. So I think when something's right there, you just, you think I'll get to it.
I know.
But yeah, no, come to Canada. I mean, that's going to be a really
I'll be there.
Event. Yeah, I'm excited for that. And then I'm excited for a break. We get the summer off, but not really, because then our Barcelona flagship is in September, and the whole team on both sides of the pond is working really hard on that one. I mean, that one's just going to be amazing. That's, one of the biggest sports betting events out there.
Oh, yeah.
Barcelona is an amazing place. It's just going to be, a really international, just fantastic event. So yeah. So we have that. And then I don't get a break after that. Then we have our SBC Latin America event. It's going to be the third year. And that is at the Seminole Hard Rock Casino again, October 31st through November 2nd. And since the first night is October 31st, I do think there's going to be some Halloween stuff planned for the networking party. Yeah. Okay. So, start planning it out now. That's also an amazing event, actually. And it's grown, I think we doubled it last year, and we're looking to double it this year. It's grown just in leaps and bounds. And because that market, is obviously so big and so important.
Sure.
And that's probably one of my favorite events that we do, because the venue is just amazing. The Seminole Hard Rock is just awesome. And, it's November and it's in South Florida. So
Exactly.
Want to be there at that time. So yeah.
That's awesome. Well, that's a big year, and I can confirm, yes, Miami, the Latino America one is amazing. The Hard Rock, the Guitar Hotel, amazing event. I've been there both years. I'm excited to go for a third year this year as well and see everybody. But yeah, that sounds like an amazing year SBC has planned.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's hard to attend them all, but I'm telling you, you got to make sure you attend something. Make sure you attend something. If you haven't been to an SBC event, or if you have and you're contemplating going, make sure you go. That code Knup23 actually works for any of these events, I believe. So make sure you put it in if you are going to register for any of these as we go through. Definitely. Man, that's awesome, Aidan. I appreciate all of that. What else? What else is what's the future look like? I mean, is it, I know you may not know the whole future of SBC and all of the above, but is it just as simple as like, hey, let's just keep putting on great events? Or is there some big breaking future that's coming?
I mean, on the one side of things, SBC is not just the events. So we have a big media arm that is just going from strength to strength. And they're always just like ahead of everything that's happening. So obviously everybody has their eyes on Brazil and Latin America for this year when sports betting is, regulated. Yep. And we just launched a Portuguese language news site. So, just we're constantly kind of ahead of developments like that. We have amazing teams in Latin America and Europe, in the US, all working on the media side of stuff. So that's just going to keep growing. And yeah, in terms of events, I don't want to give away too much, but we're looking at least 3 or 4 new events in new territories. Sure. So that's just super exciting, kind of taking over the world in a sense.
I hear you.
But yeah, I think other than that, it's just continuing to do what we do and just doing it really well. I think, this industry is one that we'll grow with. Like, the industry is growing, and I think we'll just continue to grow with it. So yeah.
Well, I wanted to say thank you on behalf of us. I mean, for all of the, I don't know, the relationship that we've built with SBC over the years. Yeah. You guys are an amazing company, and you're doing great things. And if there's any way we can help support your events in any other way, we're happy to. Again, just doing a great job, and I'm excited to get to know you better as well. As you've been here, what you said, 7-8 months or something like that. So getting to hang at some of these events and really catch up a little bit more in person. But
yeah,
cool, man. Why not? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, echo that. It's been a great partnership that we have with you guys. So yeah, we really appreciate it, and I appreciate the invite today.
Awesome. Well, any last words before I let you go? I know you're a busy man, but any last words, anything we missed, anything you want to say before I let you go here?
I think you covered it. Yeah. Just anybody who's watching, make sure you get your ticket to SBC North America now. If you're not in the States or on this side of the pond, then start looking at SBC Barcelona. But yeah, hopefully see everybody at the event soon.
Very cool. Thanks for your time, Aidan. Right. We'll see you soon. We'll see you in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Thank you, Ryan.
All right, my friend. Take care. All right. That was Aidan Brain with SBC. We didn't mention a link, but SBCevents.com. I think everybody knows where that's at. We'll actually put the link in the show notes as well. I mean, you can get to any event out at SBCevents.com. I'm excited to see everybody there. So we'll see you in 3 weeks. Should be great. Use Knup23 promo code. If you haven't gotten your ticket yet, it's going to be an amazing time. I love everything they're doing. We're going to spend some time at the Meadowlands, and we're going to be spending some time over in New York City for the after parties. So it's going to be amazing. All right. That's all we got for episode 198. We're creeping up on 200. So that's kind of cool. We'll cross that milestone here shortly. If you need anything, I'm Ryan Nupel, KNUP, out on all the socials. I'm happy to chat and really, get to know anyone in this industry. All right. Take care. Talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.